Alright, so last session, I think I kind of got a hang of how to play this game, BattleTech. I also read ahead a bit in the walkthrough, which is going to be necessary for us to beat it. The game does zero hand-holding whatsoever, as we've seen so far. So I have a very general idea of where I have to go. I didn't write down any of the specifics, just what my current mission is and how I should be achieving it and what I should be doing after my current mission. So I'll go into that here in a second once I boot up. C, games, C, CD, BTech, BTech.exe, hard disk C. That's fine. That sounds awesome, Yukubo. Did it just come out or something? Load. 4 and 6 where we left off. Perfect. I'm always a little bit stressed out with DOSBox that I'm not going to get to keep my save from last session. By the guy who made Rez. Really? Just got the rights to do something for Tetris? That's cool. Yeah, there's not actually too much left of the game. So what we have left to do, let me see if I can pull up the map here. We need to visit all of the little towns in the game, and the map in this game is enormous. So it's going to take us a while to get to all of them. We're probably going to die and have to reload several times along the way. But we have to find the other Crescent Hawks from the title of the game and recruit them. And once we have a certain number of characters recruited, then we can go try to find this cache that we found out about at the end of the last session. So there's the secret cache that we can unlock. $40. Oh, it's VR? That's interesting. Let's scope it out. It's cool. I like Rez a lot. I needed to buy some more stuff for Rex here. And I probably need to farm some more money, even though I've already farmed quite a bit of it. He's still going to need some. Also, apparently, and I'm really glad I read the walkthrough, Rex is not allowed to die. If he dies, it's game over and you cannot win. Buy that for Rex, so he's actually useful. The only real killer app I've seen for VR so far has been Beat Saber. Sailor Dan has that, he showed it to us, and it's pretty sweet. Get back to saving aggressively. We need to go back in the inaugural hall. Got him a weapon and armor. I think we need to... we trained him already at the medicine seminar. Now we need to get him Mech-It Lube apprenticeship to increase his stats. I'm just going to go find Mech-It Lube. I think we want to do this for every character we recruit. Oh, okay. Controller vibrates like Rez. That's cool. Anything else from the video hut? Just to my knowledge. Actually, I wonder if the garage counts as a Mech-It Lube. Try that. Enter the mech garage. You pay the fee to get your mechs out of the garage. That's messed up. You pay the leech in full and board your vehicles, which are now waiting outside. Jason on foot. Rex is a commando pilot. Oh, and then Rex can ride in the commando with me? That's cool. Sweet. Alright, well, we can get the apprenticeship later. So I'm looking at a map here. I have to visit all of the small towns in the game. So we're going to try to start doing that here. There should be one that's like north and east of me. Human walk and sync is weird. Alright. 1 mech and 5 humans. I think I only get a chance to get one more mech. So I can make it out of the opening scenario with a mech. And I can get one more in the game. I tried looking that out since I lost my mech at the beginning of the game. Show overhead map. I do have a terrain tracker thing. I think I'm getting pretty close to it here. Hey. So it said last time that I have to recruit people, but that there's probably going to be a double agent among them, so we have to watch out for the double agent. What else did we have to worry about? Did not evade them. Sure. Mech versus 2 humans is pretty great. That goes much better for me. Yes. Ask to apprentice. Rex. Yes. Rex should be better at tech now. Visit the speed shop. Approach the counter and ask the man there about the services they offer. They can substantially increase the firepower of any mech by removing jump jets or inefficient weapons and mounting new ones instead. Jason's Commando. 13,800. It's very expensive, but apparently this is really good, so. That Commando of yours is a nice mech, but it's a little short on armor. What I'd suggest you do is let us pull off that 4-pack missile launcher, stick a couple more medium lasers on to make up for it. I'll give you more punch. Pull on a whole tons worth of armor. They'll hit harder and be able to take more hits too. Offer the incredibly low price of $13,800. Sure. Mech is shiny. I'm doing alright. How you been, Vihan? I'm busy. Let me go back in the Mech Lube. I think we need to get into this little walled city somehow, right? You've entered the jail, yes. You have entered the visitors section of the Pacifica Internment Center. The jailkeeper is poring over a magazine looking reasonably bored. Ask about Rex's friend. Approach the jailkeeper and ask him if he has a prisoner here. He scans his computer, looks up and asks why you want to know. You explain that he is your brother. You haven't seen him since the raid and you were told he was here. You're merely concerned about his safety. Jailkeeper tells you that yes, he is here. These are all the renegade mech warriors who oppose the Karita invasion force. Takes you to a visitor communication cubicle, inserts a key that activates an impenetrable energy barrier between you and the prisoner's chair. Edward is ushered into the room. His face is unshaven and his hair is unkempt. The escorting guard shoves him not too gently into the chair. You can tell Edward's attitude is undaunted because he turns and launches a wad of spit at his departing captor. This is not something the guard appreciates. Alright. Edward looks at you somewhat dazed and asks who you are and what you want. You ask him if he's ever heard of the Crescent Hawks. His eyes light up dramatically and he looks around the room to see who else might be here. When he catches a glimpse of Rex in the shadows, you can see the wave of relief wash over his face. He shows you a holo card the guards had confiscated. Congratulations, you have found one of the Crescent Hawk agents. His name is Edward and he will be on foot. Upon seeing the flash of the Crescent Hawk holo card, Rex leaps into action, removing all traces of consciousness from the jailkeeper. He gets the deactivation keys to you quickly, and you disable the energy barrier. Your new agent wastes no time in leaving to freedom as alarm flare throughout the jail complex. Now, I guess there's a chance that this guy just recruited. I think it's random, I don't think it's scripted, so one of the people I recruit is going to be a traitor. Might be able to. Okay, as you scramble for the front doors and the safety of your mechs, the mech warrior tells you that his mech is one of the ones in the impound lot behind the jail. He says you might be able to get to it before Kuritan reinforcements arrive. If you don't make it, they'll surely kill you. Do you want to try? Sure. torrent of gunfire sends us all diving to the floor. Wow, Edward sucks. In the heat of the moment, you assume the responsibility of command, giving orders to the others to hold their position when you get the mech. They agree and start firing at the turret until you slip out back to the impound yard. Scramble up boarding ladders with this mech, hoping it will function when you get to the cockpit. You flip the activation switch, it refuses to start. The activation switch, but it refuses to start. With the activation switch, hey, and the mech starts up. Use the newly acquired Stinger to intimidate the rest of the guards into hiding. Under the cover of the Stinger's watchful medium laser, the rest of your group escapes the jail and gathers around you. So we want Jason in the Commando, Rex in the Stinger, Edward can go in the Stinger. Something about Edward makes you uneasy about putting him in a mech cockpit. That makes me think he's gonna be a bad guy. Let's leave him on foot then, so I can step on him if he's a bad guy. Save too. Engaging combat, sure. That's alright. Next unit, next unit. You watched Edward carefully and saw that the Dracos didn't shoot at him at all. Under Rex's interrogation, which involved fists, it turns out he was a Karita double agent. Oh, shit. Put an end to that situation, to say the least. Okay. Yeah, he's pretty dead now. Enemies. Next. Enemy humans have fled. You defeated the Currytons. That shit. Inspect character. I'm going to inspect the mech. Yes. Looks like we're doing okay. Took a little bit of damage, but it wasn't the worst. Oh wow. I had an encounter while I was looking at my shit. That's funny. Well, I recruited a new dude and he immediately betrayed me, which is fantastic. Okay. I guess maybe that tells me that future characters I recruit will not be the traitor. I think there can only be one traitor. Don't need anything new at the weapon shop. Lounge. Talk to others. Vic Atwarian. Go away, kid. You bother me. Alright. Rude. At least we got a second mech out of it. Try to avoid every combat if I can help it. It appears there's no advantage. Oh, I can accidentally murder just people walking around if I step on them? Whoops. Try really hard not to do that. Hopefully, yeah, they don't die if they walk past me. That's good to know. Repaired. Shiny new. Shiny new. Sweet. Talk to others. No one seems interested in talking to you. Okay. Let's pull up the notes that I made about this scheme. Alright, I guess I have to watch the hollow disc that was left behind me by my dad, who was given to Rex. So to do that, I have to make my way all the way back to the starting town and watch it in my destroyed barracks. Again, glad I'm reading a walkthrough, because I would have never gone back to the starting town at all. I think you only get into mech fights if you have a mech, which is interesting. Show overhead map. Okay, get there. Careful on the water, I guess. You continue to have a bulking metal structure crashing towards you. Pretty good. We do have to have a compilation of all of Aki's Final Fantasy VIII votes once it wins. Okay, it's like due south of that little pond I just passed. Try to find my barracks here. Yes. You stand in the ruins of your old quarters at the now destroyed Citadel. Most of what you owned has been ruined, but the holodisc player remains miraculously untouched. Rex waits outside as you can view the disc in privacy. As you take the holodisc from your father's box, you notice that it was damaged when the Cretan soldiers shot it out of your hands in the scuffle outside the inaugural hall. You just hope it will still play as you ship the HoloViewer. First, only static comes on the screen. You hear the HoloViewer's tracking mechanism trying to compensate for the scratches on the holodisc. This game's almost like a visual novel that has a light RPG component. Your father's face pops up onto the screen. He is in mid-sentence when the audio track starts working also. The Commonwealth and the Crescent Hawks in particular, I've watched you train and I know that you will succeed in this assignment. Since you're watching me on this disc now, then I must already be dead. It's up to you to see that my work here is completed. As Rex must have told you by now, I've been searching Pacifica for a rumored Star League cache of mech repair parts. I've been looking for it for most of the 12 years we've been stationed here. Wow. Fairly sure I know approximately where it is now, and that's why I'm making this holo for you. I know there's a good chance that if I locate the cache, I may not live long enough to report its location. Some people don't want to see many of the old Kellhounds last very long. So I'm giving you the keys to locating and entering it in case I am prevented from performing my mission. So. I've had a special locking mechanism worked up by Edward Tellem. We read about him in the starting town. Don't look so surprised. He's still alive, though he doesn't like to be bothered. I came across him while he was living in a small hut in the northwest. He crafted a lock that is keyed to Rex's retinal scan. Okay, that must be why Rex... If Rex dies, it's a soft lock. But it still needs a password. The ideal way to safeguard the cache is to entrust access to it to both my son and my best friend. Jason, this cache is extremely valuable. We know it contains mech repair parts. Some of the evidence I've come across in my 12-year search indicates it may be more than that. It may contain documentation and library tapes that would restore some of the technology we lost in the Succession Wars. Right, we read about that last session. That's cool. If you don't locate it, then you must... if I don't locate it, then you must. Got it. Follow Rex and trust him. When you get to the cache, blarg. The holodisc player tries repeatedly to recover the information off the disk, but the damage is too extensive. Without the password, you'll never be able to access the cache. You go back to where Rex is waiting for you and explain the situation. Rex tells you that just before the raid on the Citadel, Jeremiah had called in with a brief message. He said he had found it, but didn't explain what it was. Clearly, he must have meant the cache. Before he could tell Katrina where the cache was, the signal was lost. He continues saying that we can only suppose that Jeremiah was attacked before he could finish his message. The only thing they could tell for sure is that the signal originated in the northwest, but the raid on the Citadel destroyed the tracking equipment, so they can't tell for sure where the signal came from. Rex suggests that before you go tromping across the landscape trying to find the cache, you should gather up some more Crescent Hawk agents. That's what I gathered from the walkthrough. He says whoever was able to overcome Jeremiah Youngblood must be extremely dangerous. He asks him what you're supposed to do now that the password is destroyed. He suggests you look for Dr. Tellem. If anyone can fix the holodisc, he surely can. Okay. Sounds good. Nope. That's interesting. Both of the characters on the map can trigger doors. You did not evade them. Enemy has fled. $30. Okay, so I gotta keep going to towns now. My map pulled up here. There's one that's west-northwest, so I'm gonna try to go to that. Oh, yeah, another combat. Dang. Oh my god. I think the random battle rate is completely random. Sometimes I'll run for like a solid minute and not get into one, and sometimes I'll get two in a row. Did not evade them. It's fine. I just saw there was a mech. That may have been a mistake. Let's see if we turn out okay. I took out one of its arms. That's promising. That's a good sign. Enemy humans have fled. Rex uses his tech training to scavenge armor and heat sinks from the enemy mechs. That's cool. Scrap metal. Check their pockets. Let's see what we're doing mech-wise. I did take some damage, but it's not the end of the world. He's kind of okay, too. Alright, so we hit this lake, and then I have to go north around it. It should be like due west from here, I think. Save again. Terrain scanner should help me to find this place wherever it is. Starport's like way north of this lake that I'm at right now. It is going. Oh. 2 mechs, that's gonna be bad. It's gonna end badly right off the bat, we'll see. I guess Rex is always computer controlled, which is interesting. This isn't going great at the start here. But I have to finish the mission to be able to reload. I don't know which ones are my guys now. Whoa, that's a cool animation. It's an impressively long turn, too. Okay, I think we won. Let's kill the humans. See what we can salvage here. Rex uses his tech training to scavenge armor. 310 C-bills. I'm working on incepting the Crescent Hawks. I've got 2 of them right now. One guy who was a liar. Commando... Still doing okay. Stinger, still doing okay. You get such little money from killing things. Like, there's basically no incentive to ever fight in this game. Only bad things can happen. You make money with the stock market, safe scumming. Which, again, it's pretty mandatory. I think it's both mandatory and expected that you're going to safe scum in this, because it's the only way you can make enough money to do anything in the opening town. And if you don't do anything in the opening town, then the main character is garbage for the whole game. Let's see, it might be close to this other lake here. I have, like, the map that I have is from the manual, though it is not very precise. It has some basic bodies of water. I have a feeling there's already been a thing that the game didn't directly tell me, hey, you need to look in the manual to do this. Like the DRM thing said, I hope you studied what the robots look like. So I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and look in the manual just to check. And it turned out that I did need to have a diagram in the manual in order for the game to work. But they concealed it as a... They concealed it as like an in-game test. It was not presented as DRM. And it actually didn't give me any feedback as to whether I failed or not. Try repairing after this thing's dead. Killed humans. Wow, that human's really far away. Has he been running for a while, I guess? You shot a missile at that poor guy. 100 C-bills. Don't need a longbows. Definitely need a repair now. Have mechs repair. Jason's commando. Okay. $45. Alright. First I thought it said 11,000. 800 to repair the heat sinks. Yikes. Okay. Mech ammunition. 10? I guess. Max out your ammo. Alright. Sweet. Talk to others. Nobody here is interested in talking to you. We already did the apprenticing. Can try to upgrade my mech, the Stinger. 12,000. Alright, so I'd have to go play the stock market more if I wanted to have a chance at that. Takes a bath. Enter the lounge. Talk to others. Nobody's interested in talking to you. So I guess the shtick here is we need to go to all these towns. We need to go into every building and try talking to people until we find the other Crescent Hawks. Hey, lit effects. Great. No. You enter the mayor's house. Yes. Standing outside the residence of the mayor of the small town, it doesn't look like anyone's home, so you pick the lock. What? Using skills you didn't learn in the Mech Warrior Training Center. Standing in the relatively lushly decorated living room of the mayor of the small town, table today's newspaper up against the wall of the entertainment center, including a holodesk player like the one you had at the barracks. Read the newspaper. Mech stolen. Starport, in a daring move, a renegade mech warrior participating in a match at the arena, blasted a hole in the wall, and escaped, keeping the mech he had rented. He disappeared in the vast forest of Pacifica. I wonder if you can actually find him and get that mech. Curritins take over. Starport. The new Curritin governor formally took power in a well-attended event that was marred only by a scuffle outside. View holodisk. You examine the holoviewer appraisingly. It looks similar to the one you used to have back at the barracks before the Citadel was destroyed. You open the box your father gave you and take out the holodisk. Oh, we already did this at the barracks. I guess that's another place that I could do it. You are jolted back to reality by the unmistakable sound of a key turning in a lock. The mayor's here. We turn the holoviewer off, shut off the lights, and look for a place to hide. You scramble madly for the kitchen table and cower there, trying to control your breathing. The mayor opens the door, puts his coat in the rack, and sits down on the couch. Good, he isn't suspicious. Maybe he won't be killed after all. Inch by inch, you back out from under the table, intending to slip out the back door. I have a little bit of cold, sorry, so I'm gonna have to mute to sniffle here and there. The mayor groans loudly as he exerts himself to stand up. You freeze in place, half exposed and half hidden. You hear his heavy footsteps coming closer and closer and closer. He's coming into the kitchen. Quickly, back under the table. No, too much noise. No choice. Arg! You silently squeeze back under the table and hold your breath. The mayor fumbles in the refrigerator for a little while. He finally settles on a pitcher of orange juice and walks over to get a glass. He slips on some mayonnaise on the floor and drops the pitcher on the floor, shattering the glass and showering you with juice. This game is goofy. You steadfastly hold your tongue while the mayor rattles off a series of adjectives and waddles over to the closet to get a mop. I think they meant expletives. A series of adjectives. Green. Tall. Young. Miracle flesh. Get the MGS alert sound. In all the confusion, you crawl out from under the table, shredding your hands on the broken glass and leaving a thin trail of blood. God, this is the most dramatic breaking into a mayor's house in a Mech Warrior game that I've ever seen. Hair is plastered into your eyes, glued there by sticky juice. You try to wipe the hair out of your eyes and see red. You want to cry out, but stifle it because the mayor is now talking to the mop. Your halfway across the floor when you hear a triumphant growl, followed by a vivid description of the mop in unflattering terms. You can see the shadow of the mayor holding the mop like some sort of hunter with his kill back down the hall. This is so detailed. Thinking quickly, you grab the exorbitantly ugly and expensive sculpture from the living room table, fling it through his kitchen window. The mayor rounds the corner quickly, ignoring the fallen mop, and starts shouting invectives at the children playing behind the house. Complacent, adventuresome, lugubrious. Yeah, right, sir. Take advantage of the moment to slip out the door, just as the mayor unleashes a new stream of epithets of the innocent urchins. Apparently they decide that if they're going to be punished, they're going to earn it, because the last thing you hear before shutting the door is the mayor shouting, "Hey, you kids, get away from my hibachi." Jesus Christ. Did I take damage from that? You're kidding me. So when he spilled his orange juice on me, it hurt me? This is a silly game. Yeah. I was saying this game I think has more in common with a visual novel now. That was pretty funny though. Roll for orange juice damage. Let's see if there's a hospital here. I'm supposed to check every Mech-It Lube in every hospital, and that's where I'm most likely to find new Crescent Hogs. Citric acid is still acid. No, I can't possibly get in to check that house. No. Where's the hospital? It's gotta be here somewhere. Already checked. Well, I guess I can check again. I've been seeing people go in and out. There's the lounge. Armor shop. Need the hospital, man. Where's that? Pretty sure there's one in every town. I hope it's not that tiny building that I couldn't get into before. Weapons. I don't think so. I don't have a lot in the ways of controls in this game. And maybe I can put somebody on foot? It would be dangerous to dismount so close to a populated area. Okay. I can't. I need to have a third party member if I want to have anyone on foot, I guess. Otherwise I'll just have a mechs that I abandoned. Wait. It was doable, look at that. It's an elaborate puzzle all along the clothes shop. If I can't find the hospital here soon, I'm gonna check my guide, see if it specifies which building it is. That was the mayor's house, which we're never going back to again. It was the most traumatic mayor house robbery I've ever experienced in a video game. Very intense. All right, check. There is a hospital here. Shoot. Which one is it, though? Because the guide doesn't tell me. Alright, well. I gotta slowly but surely try to track this thing down. Okay, I get some free healing from my medical training, so maybe I don't have to heal there, but I can still find an NPC there, so it's important for me to get there regardless. Is this the edge of town? Hey. Looking for the hospital. Not any of these. It might be this building, but it might be that there's one specific door that I have to get to. I keep thinking the combat pop-up is a building pop-up. Also, I think walking into a wall like that counts as movement in terms of deciding whether I get into a fight or not. Armor shop. Maybe it's this blue building over here. That's the lounge. Where is the hospital? I feel like there should be something in this building and there's not. This building too is suspicious, maybe from the top. I know, right? Study. Hey, that was the hospital. Alright. Attend medical seminar, search medical records. Approach the front desk, ask the nurse to scan their medical records to see if they have a patient named Jeremiah Youngblood. Doctor, watching from the side, comes over and interrupts the nurse who is attempting to assist you in the search. He flashes a warm smile at Rex and they shake hands. He questions why your group is here, and Rex explains about the mission, who you are. Doctor looks at you appraisingly, they whisper something to Rex and they both laugh. You impatiently inquire as to just what exactly is going on. The doctor reaches into his pocket and pulls out a holo card. He's a Crescent Hawk! Hey! His name is Russ, which is apparently randomly generated, and he'll be riding as a passenger in Jason's mech. And I don't think he can be the traitor since I already found the traitor. You send him to the seminar. Watch a fascinating display of technology from simple skin grafting to complex minor implants. Right. Buy the field surgery kit. 2 laser scalpels and all the support equipment necessary to provide comprehensive medical care on the battlefield. Only someone very skilled in medicine can use it, like my new doctor guy. If you hand the kit to your doctor, he breathes a sigh of relief, knowing the job of patching the group up will be easier and more effective. Free party member type. Movement looks like a synchronized dance number, I know, right? I'm going to start overwriting the early steps here. I'm going to have this be a progress marker. So 3 was when I recruited my 3rd character. So, I guess all the characters' names and stats... Oh man, I can get into combat when I'm just standing around? Shit, I gotta pause it then. I didn't know that. I thought it only triggered on, like, movement. All the characters are randomly generated, but you're guaranteed to get a doctor in a hospital. Like, when you check medical records, there's just a chance in each of the hospitals that you get this guy that I just recruited. He always has a high medicine stat. And I think there's a similar chance to get a gearhead in one of the Mechat loops. So we need to find as many of these people as we can before we go to the endgame. Russ is excellent at medical, which is great. And he's got a field surgery kit. So we've got more towns to explore. I'm bringing up my map from the manual again here. Should be another town west of here. I should get new gear for this guy, huh? I need to save some of this money, though, because I have to go play stock market again, so I'm already almost broke. I think I learned that the maximum amount of money that I can earn in the stock market is 5,000 C-bills. If I put in more than that, I always lose money. Now, the walkthrough doesn't say that, but that's just what I assume. No, I've never seen Evangelion. Is it good? Honestly, like mech and giant robot fiction has never really crossed my desk outside of streaming. I've heard it's really good. Does Evangelion have all the Christ allegory stuff? Judeo-Christian, I guess that's pretty common in Japan. A lot of that in Xenosaga. There's a ton of it. Oh, it's in part of deconstruction in mecha anime. That's cool. Imagine this game is very different from the recently released BattleTech that came out this year, didn't it? You did not evade them. Okay, they're super dead. Alright, another town. Let's find the Mecha Lube and the hospital. It's starting to make me wonder if this game's going to require the manual for other things. There's other stuff in the manual that doesn't appear to be relevant. It's just like... There's like a star map, for example. But as far as I can tell, we don't ever leave the planet. Nobody's interested in talking to you. Talk to others. Nobody's interested in talking to you. Have the mechs repaired. Mech is fine. Stinger's fine. Asked to apprentice. Russ. Yeah, may as well. Nobody in the Mecha Lube. It's not a real building. No worries, Andrew. Try to keep it updated about once a month. But anything that's a fresh watch is easy to find on YouTube as well. Glad you're enjoying it. It's a hospital, maybe? It'd be great if they highlighted the doors that you could enter in some way. There's a hospital. Okay. So I think this town is a waste of time. I guess it could have had a chance that I could have bumped into somebody here. And I guess the clothes shop exists in all the different towns in case I came here first instead of going to the starport. I thought you could earlier, accidentally trampling the pedestrians. I think it was just an earlier battle that I forgot about. Did not evade them with 2 mech 6. I think the computer is really good in this game. It makes the exact same decisions I would make, namely, aim all guns on the closest mech and burn it down so it can't damage you. Good job. Hey! No team. And we started a forest fire. After an invigorating scuffle. 301 sea bills, that's not bad. Alright, let's check our mechs here. Took some damage, but we're more or less okay. Heat situation's not great for either of them, though, looks like. If I'm reading the green bar correctly, I might not be. I don't fight guys at all. It's an episode. 2 of the kids have to fight the bad guys in unison and destroy parts of it simultaneously. They sync up the music and do a crazy mech dancing. That's funny. I thought Evangelion was a movie. Is it Evangelion or Evangelion? Evangelist, so I assume it's a job. I might lose here, just outnumbered. It's a 26 episode series. The ending of a separate movie, I see. Start making backup saves here. Check the map. Another town southwest here. We wanted a very strange but accurate ending in the series. Plum ran out of money. The ending of the anime was supposed to be the real ending, and the author hated the series, going so far as telling one of his fans that he was an idiot for wasting his money on it. Huh. That's interesting. Alan Smithy type situation. What I don't know yet is whether the randomization element happens at the start of the game. Like, when I load it up, all of the Crescent Hawks exist, or it rolls as I walk into a building, you know? It does seem like there's only one doctor that you can recruit from a hospital. And there's a lot of ways for me to soft lock the game now. I don't think I can get any more mechs out of it. Took off an arm. The creator had serious mental health issues while making it. Huh. Interesting. Nice triple crit. Even if you really raise somebody's repair skill, like, you're never going to get anywhere near as much money as you get from just doing the stock market. Hey, another town. Hopefully neither of those buildings matter. Sure. Nobody here is interested in talking to you. Of course not. Find Mechit Lube. I guess the hospital is less of a priority now that I've recruited the doctor. It's really interesting. All these characters have stats like body, dexterity, and charisma on the left, but apparently charisma does nothing. It doesn't actually change. Maybe this game was supposed to be bigger. Talk to others. Sam Jensen. I'm trying to do something here. Please go away. Has to apprentice. Russ already did that, yeah. Max repaired. Sure. Fix the med laser. Oh man, they really make you fix everything. gotta save at least 5,000 to get back to the stock market later. I got a long time before I can do the stock market again. I go all the way back to the starport. I'll probably watch it at some point. I need to see that, and I need to see Ghost in the Shell. I've never seen. Heard very good things. Yeah, I've heard Ghost in the Shell is really important. Pretty heavily inspired The Matrix, right? That and I think The Matrix and Terminator were both inspired by some novel this lady wrote. And I guess she successfully sued, holy shit, 2 combats in a row. Alright, I gotta reload after this. That's too many fights. Combat system is crazy. It just has a chance to happen every second, whether you're moving or not. First Ghost in the Shell movie series is really good. Unfortunately, Rex is standing at the bottom of the building doing nothing right now. Original 80s movie is super important. That's the one I thought. I didn't actually know there was a series for that either. I thought it was just a movie. I mean, the Shin Godzilla movie in 2016. Interesting. The human enemies give up here. Like, we can't hit these guys anyway. I'm actually gonna load that. Wait for other buildings. Talk to others. No one's interested in talking to you. Close shop just has to be if you happen to go to this super far away town. Oh, theater. That's interesting. Yes. Walked into a small theater which claimed to show continuous adventure hollows. Do you want to stay and watch one? Sure. Box office takes $5 admission. You're allowed to enter and take a seat. Lights dim. The show's about to begin. It's an action-packed film dubbed from the native language into standard. Settle in with your popcorn and watch the show. Yoshi, over the crest of the hill. Mark, Max, restoring New Tokyo. Get your locus and help us. Oh, does it use all of the little animations from the game? It's funny. All citizens evacuate the area. Yeah, that looks remarkably like me. Yamoto, there is a wasp right behind you. So this is definitely a Western game, but it seems very inspired by Japanese fiction at the time. Yoshi, I have a missile launcher. I will help you. Being such an old hollow, it was inevitable that the film would break. You and the other viewers grumble and file out the theater. That's funny, I didn't even finish the movie. Okay, I think I've tapped this town out, so there's one more town that's off to the west. I'll go scope that now. I'm glad we got the trader out of the way. Double agent. Let me hit up the... Make it move again really fast. Make sure that I triggered this. Alright. So we gotta go follow the coastline. Decade here or there. Andrea jokes, Vihan, what's an order of magnitude among friends? I'm actually not sure how that works. I think it replaces... The mod sword replaces the VIP badge. Yeah. I'm actually curious if you do unmod, if you lose the VIP badge. I have a feeling it might. I don't think they thought about that. Totally did. Alright, well... Yeah, they unfortunately made it the same role. I'll give you your gem back after stream to see if they added a chat command for assigning VIP status, because I could have it assign it back to you. Oh, don't... Oh, man. I have to add them all back for you guys. Alright, reassign VIP to Leon, 6 gun, Sir. Oh, God. Right now I'm just assigning it based on people that have the hours marked, the prestige marks. No, I was going to try to keep it as a system and have everyone add it. I don't want to have a separate database of people that have opted out. Shit. Thanks, Twitch. I guess I just won't use it. Come on, Megatlube. Have somebody to join my party. No one's interested in talking to you. I'm worried that I have to do something else to recruit somebody. But I think I just have to talk to them. These are... It's fine. Missiles are full. These multiple Mechatlubes? Or is this all the same building? No one's interested in talking to you. I know, right? Huh. So I think coming to this town was a waste. I may have just been unlucky that... Like, all these towns of the west, basically. I got my medical guy in the very first town I visited. And then the other 4 towns west of it have been pointless. So I'm going to try to work my way back to the starport, where I can play the stock market some more, because I need some more money. Which is going to be riveting. And then we'll try to progress the story from there. I think I need to get at least one more character in my party. I've got a doctor, and I think I need an engineer and tech guy. I'm trying to have it not clash too much with the game. would you suggest as an alternative? Yes. I think that's the... No, it's another small town. Do you have something that's public domain? I have permission to use this one. This game's actually pretty chill. Kind of trying to avoid combat as much as possible because there are no rewards for participating in it. So it's kind of like a visual novel. Where you have like a 12-page story about breaking into the mayor's house and having him spill juice on you. Yeah, it might be... You did not evade them. Yeah. Fool's Errand. The only games we've played where I've had to use it have been very old Commodore 64 type games without music. Fool's Errand was definitely one. Birds of Midnight, I think it worked fine for. Maybe not as great for Commander Keen. Honestly, the reason why I went with soft piano is I don't want there to be dead air behind my voice. And I'd rather it not be something that's like overpowering the tone of the game. Fighting game where Japanese rockabilly can work. The size of the map in this game is really impressive. I don't know, I could scroll the map, that's cool. I walked too far west. Okay, I think that goes back to the jail if I go straight north from here. I'm starting to suspect that... Well, I really hope that this engineer I'm looking for is in... There's only 2 more towns that I can scope on the world map. So hopefully he's in one of those 2 towns, and if he's not, I'm going to have to take a short break to read back through the walkthrough. Make sure I didn't miss something. Go team. Right. I fights. I swear if I had 3 mechs, that'd be pretty nice. I guess if I had 3 mechs, I'd be in trouble, though, because the character I recruited at the jail was a traitor. Maybe that's kind of an intended experience, even though it's randomized. You lose your mech and you make it to the jail and you steal the traitor's mech. It's interesting that he goes to the trouble of telling you about the mech you can steal. Rex, you're not really helping out here, buddy. Pretty sure that's training. I wonder why it didn't scan up further north. Definitely been up there. Maybe it's just the way the terrain mapper works, that it only counts when you're moving into the space, not when you're moving out of it. But that's where I bought the terrain mapper, the area that I'm heading to right now. That would be really interesting if that's how it works. I think that is the starport off to the west. Okay. The academy's further southeast from there. Walk. I gotta get over there and repair my shit. I'm not doing great. Hopefully no more mech combats on our way there. Please, game. I always get the elude if it's against 2 humans. Almost there. You have to go in through the garage, which is frustrating because then I have to pay 300 to get back out of town. Which I think that's a... Well, I guess it's not a way to soft lock, but I think it would lock you in the town or not let you leave with your mechs. You wouldn't have any way to get back to them because you would die from random battles on the map after that. Look at that, 3 party members walking in sync. Friendship is magic. Gotta find the mecha lube here. There might actually not be one. The garage might serve as that. So I might have to take them to a different town to get shit repaired. Hopefully they can make it. It's a bit of a hike to the next one. Alright, get ready for totally enthralling stock market safe scumming gameplay. I have to do this for a couple iterations and I get up to like 20,000 C-bills so I can upgrade my mech and other things. Change investments, buy stock, $49.99. No. Here we go. Hey, that's a good start. This took several hours of playing around with to understand exactly how to cheese this as best as possible. We have to get a better weapon for Russ as well. this is the second city, Starport. All right. It's actually 15. Oh, I can't math. There we go. It might be able to earn more than that, but after I got to this town, I was not making money until I dropped my investment down to 5,000. And like the stock tick is completely random. It's just like the random battle system. It could take minutes or it could happen in seconds. There's no way to know. Rocket launcher these guys to death. They were all melee. Nobody is wounded. Great. I like to hear. Hasn't set yet. Alright, this is going great. I had to reload really at all so far. Means I'm about to have to. Oops. And do one more of those, and I'll take my money out, go buy a rocket launcher for the doctor, and maybe upgrade my second mech. Fortunately, I can't get into mech combats in here. This would be bad. Oh, I lost money. Shit. Hopefully I didn't lose it here, too. Because I took a couple steps. The stock tick happened on the point that I saved the game. Oh, this game is silly. I'm just gonna sell it. It's fine. It's the 20,000 I talked about doing at the start. Yeah, I have a feeling I could speedrun this game in probably like 2 hours, now that I kind of get it. Although it's very RNG dependent. You have to get the right spawns for the party members, and you have to luck out on combats. It's probably faster if you get into a mech combat to close DOSBox and reload it than to wait for the combat to end and reload. But even that would be pretty nuts to try to pull off in time. Oh man, well, good luck with that, SERP. That always stresses me out. Covering files. I should probably do a backup. I haven't done one in a few months. Huh. Oh, it's only 150 C-bills to get all of them out. It's good to know. This is fine. Everything's fine. Save. Gotta go to the next town, which is due north. Ish. Next. It seems computers are really bad at estimating things. Especially like progress bars. That's a harder problem to solve than it sounds like. Kind of like sorting. We can do sorting, and we can do it pretty efficiently, but it's a lot harder than you would think it is. Check out one of those cool little videos that shows you all the different sort algorithms that work. Use drive to create a Windows 10 install. Not really going to delete all the regular files. Ooh. How are you getting them back? Rate of change of the progress bar. Yeah, it's not a good way to do it. Well, especially if it's like, sometimes you can do an estimation based on number of files, but that's not useful if you have a billion tiny files that get processed in, 1/10,000th of a second, and then 2 giant files that are each going to take 2 hours apiece. That's usually the problem that I run into. spectator recovery tool. That's cool. Good luck. I've definitely made computer mistakes like that where I press a button and I just, like, fiercely wish that I could time travel back to before I press the button. This town's gotta be close. It's the top of that water. It's over east of it, maybe? Let me look on. Shouldn't stand still in the forest. Chance to get into a fight. It's actually south of here. Yeah. Oh yeah, when the confirmation was supposed to be there as a way to save you. I've had that happen a ton of times. That happens to me a lot in video games. What game was it that had infinite space? We lost like 90 minutes of progress because of the way the autosave overwrite works. And it was the same thing where I just, by habit, went to save, hit the slot, hit confirm, and inadvertently overwrote the autosave. I think it's due south. Destroy Western civilization. Sell your soul. Make it lube. Talk to others. Definitely gotta repair my shit. Wow, he got really fucked up. But I... Speed shop. Upgrade the stinger. That's why we saved up the money. Buy ammunition. Ammunition. It's gonna have to be the last town, because I've been to every other town. Thanks. Thanks. Thank you. Barney Sand. Back off me or I'll knock your block off. Alright. Some people's kids, man. I like eluding the 2 mechs enemy. It's pretty dangerous. Get an Inferno for Russ. Can't spend any more money now, though. I need to save it for cheesing. Oh, this is a really small town. Oh, there are more buildings. I'm getting really nervous, though, about can't find any record about my dad. Nervous about finding an engineer. But there's only one town left, and maybe he'll be in the last town. But people who wrote the walkthroughs for this game haven't really thought about the game in terms of its systems. They're just like, oh yeah, you can make money by reloading the game. But they don't really think like, okay, how does money generation work? When it says that you need to have a doctor and an engineer to beat the game, and there's a chance you'll find one in any hospital or mech loop. It doesn't say that there's exactly one doctor in the game and exactly one engineer, and it will spawn in one of the towns. Just checking. Oop. Okay, I only have one town left to scope, so fingers crossed. Yikes. No worries, Vihan. Sleep well. Thanks for popping in. It's good to see you. You've been doing well. I figured the TPR stuff is good, like studying music. Just trying to compare to the map that's in the guide isn't super helpful, unfortunately. I think they made the map that's in the guide and then designed the game, rather than the other way around. Game map is inspired by it, maybe. Hospital, talk to others, search medical records. My dad still appears to be dead or missing forever. The lounge, talk to others. Oh, there's 2 lounges here, shit. Uh-oh. Now I'm very worried. I've been to all the Mechat lubes. Wow, you can really upgrade the mechs. Huh. We need to wait for people to walk in there. Maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna look at the walkthrough here soon. I think if they have a full name, they're not real, though. That's part of the problem. All the real party members have had a first name only so far. Alright. Enjoy the music. I'm just gonna read through the guide really quick and see if I can figure out if I'm screwed or not. I hope the game's not soft. It says, if I've checked all the towns and I don't have a full party, I can try going back to the starport and maybe someone is generated there. That's true. I get a last name because I'm special. This guide makes it sound like I can only find party members in the hospital, so I got one of those, or in the Mechat Lube. I should be getting one doctor from the Mechat Lube. I'm sorry, a doctor from the hospital, an engineer from the Mecha Lube and Rex. Yeah, let's see what else I can do here. No, he did not evade them. Good. This guy's probably about to run. Oh. God, I'm getting into so many combats right now. I might check another walkthrough source if I get back to the starport and I still haven't found an engineer. The guide suggests that one of my locations, Dr. Tellum's office, I will not be able to progress if I don't have a doctor and an engineer with me. That's like the next story step. So it basically randomizes this giant game map. Go find these two characters in one of the 6 towns. Hope for the best. I can probably turn up the movement rate now, right? Oh yeah, that's nice. Turn it down when I get to a town, I guess. How does a 15-foot mecha include a human? Really good question. I wonder if that actually changes the rate of counters. This place is fantastic. From the outside it looks like a dilapidated hut, but once you get inside you are amazed by what you see. The interior dimensions look easily 4 times the size of the outside. Some trick of refraction combined with the fact that much of the ground has been removed and the interior is substantially deeper than you would have thought. All around you, scientific projects, experiments, and other devices proliferate. It's very difficult to walk in here because of the equipment covering the floor and perched precariously on tables and shelves, threatening to smash themselves into the floor and thus ruin any chance you have of Dr. Tellum helping you. Yeah, right? You can't see anyone who actually lives here, so you keep exploring. Around a corner, you're floored by a ghastly apparition. Oh, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Stretching 30 feet into the air, a monolithic face stares back at you. Clearly it's some sort of optical illusion, but it is optically unpleasant to look at, since the fantastic size magnifies each hair in 4 until you're sure you would lose an arm in one if you got too close. That's disgusting. There's some sort of repulsion barrier in the room, which makes it impossible to proceed. You spend valuable minutes trying to get past it, only to be frustrated at every attempt. It's the last resort. You try speaking to the face. Like, that's the last resort? Hello? The eyes snap open and look maliciously at you. The sneer it gives you makes you feel very insignificant. When the mouth opens and bellows at you, you can almost feel your hair being whipped back by the wind of its breath. The face is demanding the meaning of your interruption. You stammer out that you're here to see Dr. Edward Tellum. The face squints as if it's trying to make out the features of your tiny face, and then hisses out an ultimatum. Answer and be accepted, fail and be dissected. Face sits back to watch your reaction and seems to be satisfied by the obvious nervousness it has inflicted upon you. You gain your composure by reassuring yourself that it is only a hologram. It's only a model. Answer me these questions 3. Face sneers in an unfriendly manner and proceeds to ask a horribly intricate technical question of mechanics. Your group stammers among themselves, trying to fake a plausible answer because none of you know the correct one. The face is growing very impatient. When you don't answer in a timely fashion, the face becomes enraged. The eyes glow red, the mouth opens as if to gnaw you to bits. Bravely hold your ground, knowing that a holographic image can do you no harm. The face raises its eyebrows in surprise as you haven't fled yet. A series of flaps on the walls slide back, and an impressive number of machine gun barrels poke through. They are definitely not a hologram. You beat a hasty retreat. Okay. Jesus. There's some story on Reddit about a guy whose a scientist whose last name was good enough. And like 10 of the comments in the threads were commenting on that. Shit, I'm getting a fight here. Especially 2 mechs. Okay. Try to reload after. I wonder if running into Dr. Tellum is a potential event flag. Your last name is good. The guy doesn't mention anything about an event flag at Tellum's office, so... But I'm still gonna assume that there might be one. Just play it safe. Money, money, money! Money! Oh right, let me turn this up. Especially if this effectively slows the encounter rate, that'd be dope. It might, actually. I think it does. Sweet. Oh, that's exciting. Here we go. I don't think this is actually a town, but maybe it is. Alright. 4... At least my map just says that it's a stock market, but it looks like there's all buildings here, so maybe we'll luck out. Yeah, I know, right? There's still a hospital here. Maybe there's a Mechat Lube. Fingers crossed. It says you can't help but feeling a little bit more depressed. So it said that at every hospital I've been at, there should be like a sadness meter somewhere. It shows me exactly how sad the main character is about his probably dead dad. Jeremiah Old Blood. Right. Please, God, let there be a Mechat Lube. Oh, another theater. Interior crocodile alligator. Oh, it's the same movie. Okay, it's gonna play out the same way. Presumably. It was the same movie, and it did play out the same way. What do you know? Shit. This game is going to be one of those, you raised my hopes and dashed them quite expertly, sir. Bravo. I'm hoping there's going to be a Mechat Loop here. looks like we might not be so lucky. Go team. Home Star Station is the bank. That'll be fine. It's not a Mecha Lube. Oh dear. Everything else is here though, looks like. It's also not a Mecha Lube, it's an armor shop. I guess I should check just in case. That's definitely the last town in the game, so there's no garage here. So we gotta go back to the starport and hope there's a guy there, and if there's not, it's bad news bears. Okay. Yeah, because I think what's going on with the movement rate being so high, and I should have been doing this sooner, the encounters happen every tick, like per second. If you stand still, you will get into a fight eventually. So this is just moving faster while the encounters are rolling separately. We should just do it as fast as we possibly can, right? Standing still increases the chance you're going to get a random encounter. I'm super not used to that in video games. Wait, do I have a finite amount of map that I can... That's really weird. Is they occupy different sections, maybe? I can do 5 humans all day. Probably going to want to run for their lives, though. Never get there. Just about everything in this game is tied to the time step that you're on, which is really interesting. I could just walk across the water there. Maybe Jesus it, maybe? Save before I do it, just in case. The water is too deep that way. The answer is no. Worth trying. Hey Chaos, how you doing? Back to the starport. Guess there could still be someone at the jail, maybe? It seems unlikely. I should check though, just in case. They just added it. I posted an announcement about it. Oh, this is a Mecha Lube. Maybe there's some here. Rick Atlas. Go away, kid. You bother me. Shit. I really think I'm in trouble. I just went ahead and assigned it. I was trying to figure out the best way to do it. Oh, wait. One of the techs is eyeing your group. Congratulations. You have found one of the Crescent Hog agents. Oh, my. Thank God. I was so worried about that. Okay, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Nothing is ruined. We're not soft locked. Totally thought we were. Anyway, I get a limited number of VIP badges that I can give out to viewers based on how many concurrent chatters I have. I think I have something like 40. And the best category I could go for to pass them out was people that have watched, that have prestiged once. So they've watched over 1,242 hours or something like that. So anyone that has prestiged at least once should have a VIP badge. Although, it sounds like some people don't want them, and I definitely don't want to keep a database of who does and does not want the badges, so if enough people don't want them, then I'll just deactivate them entirely. Unfortunately, Twitch didn't really think about it, and they made it so that you can't both be a VIP and a mod at the same time. So it kind of breaks the sword command. Rick can ride Russ. There we go. Sweet. Although, actually, let me make sure I don't load. I think I need to give him an apprenticeship. I guess I can stop in another town where I don't have to pay a fee. I kind of wish the game would let you natively turn off the icons, any of the icons, whenever you want. Give the badge to Andrew. Oh, they have this big thing about, oh, you unlock all these extra slots so you can hand out more badges to people, so you should hand out as many as possible. They actually do have a function. It's not going to matter for us. If you look up Twitch VIP, you can see what the list of what it does, but it lets you ignore slow mode, for example, which we never turn on because it never matters. Never have chat going that fast. Lets you ignore link restrictions, that sort of thing. Let's turn down the movement rate here, find the Mechaloob. You do. My thing is, I would like to be able to assign the rank and then let people choose whether they want to display the badge or not, but that's not how they've designed it. Asked to apprentice, Rick, 500 C-bills. Repair our max. Let me check and make sure that this Rick guy that I recruited is actually good at technology, because he might not be. Tech, excellent. Perfect, that's what we need. Okay. The game should be beatable. Alright, so I have to work my way back to the crazy Wizard of Oz head. Now that I have a competent engineer and a competent doctor, I should be able to pass his tests. It's basically a check that I find all the other party members. And then I don't know what to do yet, so I'll double check the walkthrough. This is as far ahead as I read. I'm going to pause, or if I'm going to take a second to study the map, I have to pause when I do so, otherwise I'll start getting into battles. Shit. Accidentally said yes to the fight. Win handily, please, team. You can do it. Took his arm off, that's nice. Just a flesh wound. Oh wow, I get an actual decent amount of scrap now because I have the excellent guy. Still not as good as playing the stock market, but it's, you know, not complete garbage like it was before. Alright, here we go. Venter's Hut. I gotta catch up to where we got last time. Okay. Sneers an unfriendly member proceeds to ask a horribly intricate technical question of mechanics. Your technician rises to the occasion. This is where it's different. Authoritatively answering the question, the face looks shocked that nobody would know the answer to its riddle and vanishes. I like that it doesn't actually come up with a technical question. It just describes that it had one. Leaves it to your imagination. Your group proceeds down the hall a bit more nervously than before. Rounding one corner, you hold up a hand of caution to stop the group. I'm going to play it safe here. The floor slides apart and you are dropped to a new level of the complex. Try valiantly to gather your wits about you. While you try to calm everyone's nerves, Rex assesses the situation, declares you're in no immediate danger. Okay, so this is like a series of checks. The first one was, do you have a technician? The second one is, Rex still alive? The third one's probably, do you have a medic? The room is engulfed in a blaze of colors, and you are once again face to face with the face. It looks substantially meaner and grills you with a new question. This one involves biochemistry and neurological impulse terminology. At least that's a little more specific. Your doctor stands boldly forth and answers the question, and even manages to lecture the face thoroughly on the subject. The face gets bored and vanishes to escape the onslaught of information. The wall slides up in front of you, and you proceed through into a scientist's playground of gadgets and devices. There are things here your tech can't begin to understand. You use the respite to gather your wits and nerves because you're sure the face will return. You chastise yourself for thinking of it, as if it will read your mind and reappear. It does! This time, it's not sitting still like some statue. Instead, it circles the group, sneering and snarling like some desperate shark. It wastes little time before spitting out the next question, a historical fact about the tactical techniques used in the Battle of Mallory's world. It's interesting that the world is named after just like a person. Rex allows the face no time to gloat by instantly answering the question from first-hand experience. So Rex he's good at combat. Russ is good at medicine. Rick is good at tech, and I'm a all-rounder based on what I did in the starting town. The face looks like it's about to panic and it vanishes. The group proceeds around another corner. This one's a dead end. You don't leave, however, knowing that this place is full of surprises, and this dead end may be more than that. As you look for the hidden exit, the face reappears and seems satisfied with the others who have answered its questions and zooms in on you. You bravely hold your ground as the face comes so close that you could use the pupil of its eye as a full-height mirror. It's descriptive. The face stares at you for a while and then hisses out its question. Jason Youngblood, tell me where your father is. God, I wish I know. I don't know, demands an answer. He's dead. The face grows more angry. He's dead, he's dead. Tell me. Tell you, I'll show you. With that declaration, you unholster a machine gun and fire round after round at the horrible face. A look of genuine surprise shows on the face and it vanishes. You continue firing, tired of these games, tired from exhaustion, and fueled by frustration. As soon as your ammo clip runs out, a slide door pops open and the face reappears. This time it's human-sized and attached to the rest of the body. It's a funny way to say that. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Put that thing away. The lanky man is pulling at his face and globs of distortive makeup are coming off. The face under that mess is staring back at you now, and it belongs to Dr. Edward Tellum. Yay! Still running on adrenaline, you heft the machine gun and demand an explanation from him regarding the questions about your father. Dr. Tellum explains that Jeremiah still owes him some money and some Xantaran ribeye steaks. He just wants to collect. Demand the meaning of this gauntlet. He explains that it's meant to scare off peddlers and salesmen. Jesus. The room with the, 20 machine guns that come out the walls? Questions will screen out anybody who's too unintelligent to waste time talking to. He expresses sorrow over your father's death because Jeremiah was a good man. This brings you back to the real reason you're here. You show him the holodisc and ask if he can repair it. Says it would be the least he can do. He rubs some complex goo on the disc, man. Omnigel from Mass Effect back in 1988. Let's rub some gel on there. Only a quarter of the machine guns are real. You examine the surface of the disc and are impressed with the excellence of the repair. There is no evidence it was ever damaged. You ask if there's a private room you could retire to so you may watch the rest of the message. You do a small room with a viewer in it, you watch the rest of the message and learn the password. There's also quite a bit of mushy stuff, and it takes you several minutes to regain your composure before you can return to the others. You offer to pay off your father's debt, but the eccentric old inventor waves it away. You ask for directions to the nearest Star League cache. I thought there was only one cache. It's hidden in a cave just southeast of here. Oh, sweet. I think that's the final objective, so we'll see what happens when we get there here. Throw on some random science goo, exactly. I think I actually have a clue to the caches on the map that's in the manual. I think it's kind of straight down here. Yeah, I know, right? The encounter in the mayor's house where he drops the glass of orange juice and you take damage from the shards was 20 pages. And then the main character's dad is like saying goodbye to him because he assumes that he's dead, and he's passing on this mission to his son. And it's like, that was just some mushy stuff. It really makes me wonder if this game was supposed to have more, like, a bigger scope than it eventually had. This seems pretty secret. Hey, there's actually a door there, too. One step. Will you enter the small cave? Yes. You found what can only be the entranceway to the Star League cache. Hey! On the door is a lock of the type your father described in his hollow message. There's also a retinal scanner which almost has Rex's name printed on it. Rex steps up to the machine, puts his eye over the scanner, registers a match, and a panel slides back to reveal a sophisticated input device. Obviously intending for you to enter the password. Type in the password and the door slides away, allowing you to enter the cache. Oh shit. New map. As you enter the cache, you see a note pinned to the wall addressed to you. Jason, the key to getting to the cache is to use the code key and imprint the right codes onto it. Each door needs a red, blue, and yellow code, and each terminal imprints a single code. No code is reused, and the card can only hold one red, one blue, and one yellow code at a time. Okay, so I probably want to pull up a notepad for this. When you get to the map room, use the map I gave you. Right. Map came along at the end of the last session, although there's not actually a map in the game. So I assume it's talking about the manual. This is a second form of Endgame DRM, like the one we were using earlier. So I haven't shown you guys the manual. Let's see, I have it on my streaming. I have a different monitor. I'm going to see if I can change my screen around to show you what I've got to work with here. Let's Google BattleTech, Crescent, Hawks, Inception, manual. The map is the friends you made along the way. Okay, hold on. I'm going to change OBS so you guys can see more of the screen here. Hopefully it'll work. That's not what I wanted to happen. Sorry. Alright, ignore the bars and stuff. I'm just doing this so you guys can see this PDF. Didn't think I'd have to do it on stream, or I would have spent some time actually setting it up in more detail. Alright, so instruction manual, I've got contents, text. This is a map. So that's maybe what he's talking about, but this is the world map that I've been following up to now, and the little heat zones or places I could visit. Text. This was the DRM thing, where it was like you need to study to be able to get into the quiz, and I just followed this. This is probably the map he was talking about, because this doesn't appear to be relevant to the rest of the game. It's like it's like a star map, basically. And then this, I read the history page when we started last session. And it's just text. Okay. Gives you a whole history of the Youngblood family. Marjorie Sperling Youngblood, 2314 to 2399. Stuart Youngblood in 2011. 1,000 years of Youngblood history. Alright, well, I'll come back to this map later if it turns out to actually be relevant. That's the only thing I can think of when he says pull up the map. I'll go ahead and close that. Take the code key on the table and proceed into the ancient Star League cache. Again, save. 2. Star League. Do you want to input red code 1 on your card key? Sure. Want to input red code 2 on your code key? Sure. Oh, but it says I can only have one at a time. So that means I should have 2 on there right now, I guess. Incorrect red code, incorrect blue code, incorrect yellow code. If I change it to 1. Wait, did I change it? Yes. Okay, well that's wrong. I guess I can always go back and switch it to 2. Oh. So 1 is oh my god. Holy shit. I have to make a map for this, don't I? I can already see where this is going. How big is this place? Hold on. Holy shit. Okay, so there's a million terminals in here, and they all look identical, but each terminal has an associated color and number. So this is a giant maze, and I gotta let me just Google BattleTech card key map. It's not going to solve it for me, but hopefully somebody has BattleTech Crescent. Oh, please, Jesus, tell me somebody did this. Oh no. Oh dear. Wait. Somebody made one. Oh, we're saved. Okay. I'll show you guys. Let me pull up paint.net. Show you what I'm talking about here. Wow. I'm glad I'm grabbing this. Let me get it up here. Right. So there's the map that somebody made. And here are the door codes. And the only way to learn the door codes is through brute force. Of just going in and saying, okay, it said red was alright. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 doors that each have a unique code. And you'd have to try 32 combinations for each color if you wanted to solve this normally. That itself, I think, would take longer than the rest of the game combined up to this point. Alright, I'm gonna reference this on a separate monitor, but this is what I'm looking at if you're curious. I've got this map here that shows all the doors. It looks like it shows me which machines, and there are tons of machines, give which codes to which key cards. And I'm going to try to solve the order that it wants me to go through based on that. Oh, thanks, LootEffects. Yeah, I misclicked. I'll show you guys again. Alright, here's the whole thing. So I have a map. The map shows me machines that have... Like, this one gives me the red card becomes a 1, the red card becomes a 2, the blue card becomes a 3. These are all the doors. It's enormous. And here's my table. So, like, door A requires red 1, blue 3, green 5. And the only way for me to know that is to brute force check every red number until I see one that says it's correct. And that's fine early on because I only have, what? There's only 2 red choices, only 3 green choices, and only 1 blue choice. But as I get further into the level, it gets more and more complicated. It would take hours without the map. So I'll follow the map here on another screen. Look, actually, I think I can just do it in the background. You guys won't be able to see it. It's fine. You guys a view of the game. Here we go. Woof. Okay. Door 1. Door A is 1, 3, 5. So here's the 3. Yes. Here's the 5. Yes. That's noise spooked me. Alright. Door B is 2, 7, 18. Which I don't think I can get to right now. Oh, I can, but it's... Oh my god, this is... I feel like I used to make mazes like this when I was a kid. Like, not specifically with keycard codes. I hear you, Serb, about stealing this for a D&D puzzle. It would actually be kind of fun if you made it a little bit smaller than this map. But it could totally work. You were joking. Fair enough. Able to get to the final room pretty fast. Let me see if there's anything in here first. Oh, like taking this exact puzzle that's going to take multiple hours to solve without the map? Yeah. I could see doing a version of it that's a little bit smaller that's reasonable. I've definitely stolen puzzles from video games and stuff before. There's only so many. Okay, power to these terminals is turned off. Now, the map says that this is the HPG room. I don't know what that stands for. But there's another room that says HPG power, so presumably I have to get in there to be able to use this big room. Oh, hyperpulse generator. The long search for the answer is over. Looks like there's no combat in here. I wonder if there's like a final boss fight. Blue code 31. It's just a dead end. So I got yellow 18. I need blue 7, red 2. Blue 7's down along the bottom. Blue 7. Games back in the day, right? Wow. Red 2. I'm still gonna have to do the maze part. This gives me the codes, but it doesn't tell me what order I should be going through the doors. Alright, so going through door B simply gave me access to more machines that update my keycard codes. So now we need to go to door C, and that's red 15, which I can get here. Blue 14, which is here. And I still have... Wait, no. Green 11. Oh, maybe it's not as bad as I thought it was. Maybe the new code is always in the door you just opened. I was worried that it was going to draw in codes from the entire maze. And that might not be the case. Alright, we're on door 3 of 11. Okay, it's spooky every time. Alright, let's see. Door K is 30, 23. I can't do that at all. What other doors do I have access to right now? D? Somewhere past here. Okay, there's the door that I need. So I need red 13, blue 31, green 4. Oh no, I do have to backtrack. Shit. Thank goodness somebody made this map. Oh, you've already used this terminal's code. Right, they did say at the beginning that once you've used a code, you don't have to use it anymore, so I guess you could make a map while you're doing it and like cross stuff off. So that's at least a little helpful. Blue 31. God, that's so far. Okay. Let's turn up the movement rate. Well, we might get stuck if we're not careful. It just makes you skip a bunch of tiles. Blue 31. Yeah, like right here, I get stuck. I guess put it on 2 steps. There. Blue 31. Green 4. It's all the way back at the entrance. At least the codes are only used once. That gives you far fewer degrees of freedom here to screw this up. Back through door C. Get into this new door. This feels like a different game than the rest of the game so far. This big super maze puzzle. Get ready for a loud beep. Alright, it looks like that's all that did was open up a bunch of new consoles. So I'm trying to figure out what door I can go in next. Based on the consoles it just opened up for me. Oh wait, there's a room I should be able to get into. Wait a minute. My map says there's a room down here, but this looks like a dead end. What? Part of the hallway crumbles away, revealing a secret passageway. That's pretty cool. I may have checked that anyway, just because it was a really suspicious dead end. Oh, what's this? You have found the largest mech you've ever seen. A Phoenix Mark II? Phoenix Hawk. Okay. Just like the one your father piloted. Coincidence is too much to be believed. Hey, look at that little picture. Sweet art. It's a jet plane with hands. Makes perfect sense. Scramble up the boarding ladder to inspect the mech. Sitting in the cockpit, you notice an empty socket. It's just the right size to fit your biochip that was in your father's box. Mech springs to life, and the onboard computer recognizes the biochip. Welcome aboard, Jeremiah. Shall we continue our mission? Yeah, like it has one arm. It's like Trogdor. It's a jet with a beefy arm. It is your father's mech. Since it was in perfect condition, he must have hidden it here. He must have known someone was after him. Maybe he's not dead after all. Dismount the mech? I want to keep it! Ah, that sucks. Maybe that means we're done with combat in the game. It's kind of a cool little Easter egg. Okay, so I've got a ton of new monitors I can get to. I should figure out what door they let me into. Get red 25. Get blue 33. I can get green 10. Okay. Is this red 25? No. Red 24. Blue 33, green 10. Back through the C door. It's up here, actually. Just past it. Blue 33. What if there's a way to do this puzzle that doesn't require brute forcing? Like if you could also fit a logic puzzle into it or something to help you out. Should open this door. Brace for the loud noise. Immediately another door back there? Shit. Okay. Alright, what other doors do I have access to? 28th. Here. Red 28, blue 24. Green 16. Okay, shoot. This is just a dead end up here, isn't it? I wonder how much of the canon that was established with this game, although I don't know if this game came first or the tabletop came first. F, green 16, that's this one. Blue 24. Let's pass the D door. I'm having trouble keeping track of what I should be doing here, and I have a map that I'm following. Blue 24. Red 28 is up here. Should open the F door. Let me save really quick, just in case there ever is a surprise combat in here. It'd be very bad. It's like 20 feet tall. Yeah, that's a good point. I was like, they had to scale the characters because they wanted to have the mechs take up a tile. Huge. We're the same scale as we were when we were on the world map, which was super zoomed out. It's like one of those terminals is the size of a skyscraper. Okay. This is power room. Turn on the power to the hyperpulse generator. Sweet. There's a pretty good chance we're going to get to FTL today, assuming there's not like a giant boss rush after this puzzle. I feel like this maze is kind of the final boss of this game. No way. Hyperpulse generator. What do you do? Correct white code? Huh. No idea what that means, but okay. Maybe that's like a Uber puzzle that I'll do later. This really does remind. I used to make little goofy mazes like this all the time, and I would draw them on graph paper and it'd be like, oh, there's a door, and you need to have the axe to knock down the door, and this is a silver key door, and here's a bronze key door. Alright, G is yellow 6. Can I get yellow 6? Can't. Okay. Blue 12. Also get that. Red 29. You can get that, but it's really far out of the way. Okay, that's 6. Blue 12 is up here. If like the terminals that you had already used the code for disappeared or shut down or looked slightly different, it would help a lot, I think. Not getting stuck. Red 28. 29 rather. Would have been really satisfying to solve as a kid, though. This is one of the only games you had. Yes. Should open the G door. Should get to from here. Okay. 20, 27, 22. 20's in here. 27 blue is way on the other side of the map. 22 green is right here. Apparently my guide says green because you get a slightly different puzzle if you play this on the Commodore 64. Which I think in DOSBox I specified I was on a different system. Graphics look a lot worse than the Commodore 64. It's like 4 colors and they're all yellow. Shades of yellow, I should say. Blue 27 at the end of this hallway. save again, just in case. Still more than a little worried about that. There's like a ladder over there. Interesting. That was just to get to one terminal. Yikes. Alright, so it's probably the one that uses that, right? Let's see. I have another door down here. Two. 17 red, 19 blue, 26 green. Straight up here, 17 red. 17 red. And then they're very kind to put 19 blue right there. And then green 26 is kinda sorta on my way back. Not as far out of the way as the other ones. Oh, I'm sorry, Nodovan. How'd you die? What happened? Red 8, blue 9, both here. Green 21. Oh no, that's the worst. Did you have any stuff backed up for you to re-roll a necro? When I died for the first time, last time we did hardcore on stream, by the time I died, I had enough stuff set aside that my second character got back up pretty fast. Gotcha. Like I think I grinded out the Gem of Ease first to make that easier. Oh shit, I got distracted talking about Diablo and totally lost track of where I was. No, it's okay. Figure it out. We can do this. I was like hyper focused up the map here. Okay, I think I may have skipped the terminal, but let me go find out. How much did I do on autopilot is the question. Should have been a terminal above the my dad's mech. Ooh, good job, past me. Do you want to imprint code red 30 on your key? I only have one door left, so yes. A ladder leading to a second level. Climbing down the ladder, you are shocked by what you see. It's a huge subterranean storeroom stocked with thousands of mech repair parts, tools, repair platforms, several fully assembled mechs in spotless condition. It gives you an eerie feeling. Look at all this impressive machinery and knowing that it's been dormant for hundreds of years. You have found the hidden Starleague cache of mech repair parts. Your mission is nearly fulfilled. All you need to do now is contact Katrina on the hyperpulse generator so the Commonwealth can send in a military escort to get you and the cache off the planet. Sweet. It sounds like PSI Magnet. Blue 23? No way there. Green 32. It's over here. I was jumping in my chair a couple times with the general lack of sound effects in this game. It spooked me most of the time. Alright. So we're not going to end up going, assuming that this is actually the end of the game, we're not going to go as far over estimate as I thought we were. We lost a lot of time from me having to start the game over after I screwed up the stock market at the beginning of the game. Then I started moving through it pretty fast after that. Go 23. There's just the one door left. It's back here. Oh, whoops. Okay. Alright. Still haven't had to use the map. Peer down the hole and see a huge map painted on the floor. Climb down the ladder to investigate it. Movement speed down. Let's see. Can't save the game in the map room. Alright, let's save here. I know, right, Kiri? It seemed like it was going to be a lot more important from the way, at least the guide I was following. I guess it kept me from, every time I got into a random battle where I actually had to fight the mech, I only lived because I upped Jason's stats so far. We saw in the practice missions when his stats were low, he would just get one shot. Alright, so this is like a star map, which is what I have in the... I'm going to switch scenes again. It's not very pretty, it's just so you guys can see it quickly. In the manual, I have the same star map here. It is the same, right? Let me try to map some of them. Garrison, Garrison. Morningside, Morningside. Sky, Sky. Huh. So what does this map tell me? Let's see. Also the legend. Map of the successor states. Yeah, this is cool. I like this. This is actually a pretty cool sell for the game, just this puzzle right here, of having to look in the manual. It's very Metal Gear Solid. Because the character just says, look at the map I gave you. He doesn't say, you know, open up your manual. Find the code on the back of the box. Alright, but I have to figure out, I assume this is a puzzle. What about this map? Successor state border. Administrative boundaries. Stars are capitals. Pluses are military bases. He didn't give me any information. He didn't say, like, go to all the capitals or go to all the military bases. Storehouses. Administrative headquarters. 50 light years. It's a really good question, Prop, yeah. Well, how long to beat? This game doesn't actually have one. We estimated it from a bunch of YouTube playthroughs, none of which I think were blind. Honestly, I'm stuck on this. It's got to involve this in some way. I guess I could look for things that are missing. Ash, Lithium, Chandler, Eldon, Benjamin, Galtor, Castle. Could have Castle. I think they're all on there. Sol, Terra, Jonathan. There is something on the map. This dark region isn't in the legend anywhere. So maybe that's what it is? It's like I have to touch only the planets that are highlighted. It's kind of like a treasure map. I guess I don't know what order to do it in. That's my best guess. So I'm going to try to hit... type it in chat here. Pesht, Benjamin, Sky, Ryerson, Cathil, Ashenar. And I'll try it in that order first, then we'll try to do it in the reverse order and see what happens. Switch back. Be careful because I got all these people in my party and make sure I step on these right. That made a noise, that's good. I guess they could all make noises. Benjamin. Oops. Sky. I think double tapping it may have been a bad thing. We'll see. Down to Ryerson without touching any of the other ones. Ryerson. Cathil. Ashenar. Huh, didn't do anything. It could be because I hit the thing twice. Incorrect password. I think it's because I hit the thing twice. Try it again. This is a really cool puzzle, though. Props to the development team. Much better than the brute force maze. Probably would have taken as long as the rest of the game combined. Sky. I always have to move. You should know, right? Cathil. Incorrect password. Alright, let's try doing it in the other order. I do have the Crescent Hawks together, yeah. Sure, I can pull the map again. Right, do we agree? It should be Peshet, Benjamin, Sky. Making sure I'm not missing any that are in this highlighted area. Ryerson, Cathil, Ashenar. Could try going in the opposite direction too. I guess it's maybe possible that Sarna is one of them, because Sarna commonality is in the highlighted area. It just doesn't have a dot. That's why I assumed that it didn't. Oh, Summer. Where? Oh, wow. Thank you. You're looking out, sir. I guess I was only looking at the black dots. No, Ashenar on a white dot. Anyway, I missed it. Thank you. Looking out. Hopefully that's the solution. It's a super cool puzzle. If that's the answer, it would be cool if it is, or that or in the other direction. Benjamin, Sky, Summer. We gotta get down to Ryerson. Cathil. Whoa! That's cool. I like it. The whole game just builds up to that one puzzle. That's a pretty sweet puzzle. That's a good one to rip off.
We've got this, Marstead. Where? How? Where? First try.
Thanks for the tip about summer. I wonder if it just wants you to activate everything in the path of the order doesn't matter. That's probably what it is. The order doesn't matter. Just checks to see if all those flags are turned on or not. Alright, we're actually pretty broke right now. Just spent 12,000 on upgrading my mech. Yeah. Oh man! Calling in help! Use the hyperpulse generator to send a signal to Katrina that you have found the cache. Confirmation of receiving your message comes across and you are told that a dropship is on its way to retrieve you and the parts. Dropship arrives and lands just west of the cache entry. I should have saved before doing this shit. I guess I saved outside the puzzle, so it won't be that much of a time loss, so we have to fight some. Tremendous firepower will hold off the Kuratan and occupational forces long enough for the equipment to be loaded. You stand and watch the work mechs loading the equipment, and you feel a bit depressed. The planet you call home has been overtaken, your father is gone, all that you know has been turned upside down. What will you do now? One of the messengers comes to you and tells you that there is an incoming message for you from Katrina. You rush to one of the holo transmitters on the dropship to hear what the Archon has to say. Jason, we're also very proud of you for the way you have fulfilled this mission. You have achieved more than we had a right to hope for. In appreciation of your service, I would like to extend to you the opportunity to serve as a member of the Lyran Commonwealth Armed Forces as an officer. This is the most complicated series of steps to get an officer's commission. Commission as lieutenant. How pumped he is. You stumble over the words in your hurry to express your gratitude for such a generous offer. You end up looking as nervous as you feel, and are somewhat embarrassed for it. Eventually you manage to tell her that you must decline her offer. She was clearly unexpected because I have to go find my dad. Ask for your reasons. You explain that since you signaled for the dropship to come, you and Rex have been talking a bit about Jeremiah. Tell Katrina that you have come to the decision that he may not be dead after all. She's very interested in this and asks for further details. Tell her what he said in the holodisk about a vendetta against the Kellhounds of which Jeremiah was a member. Rex, who is also a Kellhound, suspects that the Karita Code of Honor and Ritual might encourage the Draconians to capture the Kellhounds and hold a trial rather than assassinating the members individually. You then tell her the final bit of evidence you have, the fact that you found this Phoenix Hawk. Oh, I wonder if you only get this good ending if you found the Phoenix Hawk. Because that was a secret passage. Program to continue a mission at a later date. If they were trying to kill Jeremiah, you're quite sure they would have gone down fighting. Katrina is not necessarily convinced that you're right. She is impressed enough to give you the chance to find out. She declares that you, Rex, and the rest can operate as an independent unit. Be known as the Crescent Hawks. She wishes you the very best. I hope you find him alive, Jason. Terminates the communication, and you order the rest of the new Crescent Hawks to board the dropship, begin your search, and go on to greater glory. The end! So this is like part 1. This is like, you know, the free episode 1 floppy disk or Commander Keen. Right on. Press any key to end the game. Do you want to play again? Sure. Cool beans. Yeah, game's not like anything else we've played on stream, and it's interesting to see some of its... Like, it had all these really in-depth systems about the stock market and buying gear for your party, but there's like actually no reason to fight, and you have to save scum. It's not like we avoided combat through save scumming. Like, you will die in the very first encounter with the first mission if you don't save scum out of it. Like, super crazy. That final puzzle was really cool though. I liked having to use the manual. Alright, I'm going to take a short break, run to the restroom, grab a soda, and we will play some FTL for the remaining 90 minutes or so of stream. I'll be back in a little bit. See you guys soon.